So I'm back again with another DC Comics New 52 character, Captain Boomerang. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in every possible way imaginable. I would like you all to take a look at this figure. This figure is absolutely splendid. This is one of my favorite figures that I have in my collection. He looks like Captain Boomerang. The way the figure is designed, the way it's painted, the way it's sculpted. This is Captain Boomerang. This is a great interpretation. This is a great toy interpretation of Captain Boomerang. And I could not be happier. Now allow me to go into the articulation with this guy. Now I've said before that a lot of the New 52 guys are bricks. And they are bricks. They're absolutely bricks. But whereas I don't want to put Captain Boomerang in the same category, but this is what I meant in my very first video. I believe it was my very first video, talking about how DC has a mixed bag of figures and sculpts, which is a blessing and a curse. Whereas with Marvel, a lot of the times you will have them just recycling the same molds over and over again, so that way they can get more mileage out of their figures. With DC, each figure is different, and there's different figure lines, and every sculpt is different, and this is the perfect example of that. Allow me to go into articulation. Well, this guy has a 360 rotating arm. Well, he doesn't have an upper arm swivel, but he does have a swivel in his elbow, which is unique because a lot of the New 52 guys I've been reviewing thus far do not have that. He has a single elbow joint, and also another cool thing about this guy is that if you look really closely, you don't see the peg. They actually went out of their way to hide it, which is just fantastic. Also, he has a forearm swivel, which is great. Same thing on the other side. So you can all see that. Make sure to the side. Same deal with the elbow. Same deal here. I sort of ruined it before. As far as like leg articulation, his leg goes up about that far, which is okay for me in my opinion. He goes back about like that because it's hindered by, you know, his pants. But one of the cool things that I really enjoy about this is that his legs go out. So he can do those side kicks, or it sets him up for really dynamic poses with other figures. He has a single knee joint, and he has a thigh swivel, which I know that Bobby Skullface hates. And he also has a ankle pivot. Goes back about that far, which is kind of weird, and it goes forward about that much, which is okay. No ankle rocker though. No ankle rocker. But he has a waist swivel that goes about 360, which is awesome because then you can get him in dynamic poses where it's like, you know, his hand is out, he's about to throw, you know, his waist is twisted, his leg is out. You know, his leg is out. He's ready to launch this thing. He's ready to go. You know, he's ready for action. Another thing that I also enjoy is just, oh yeah, by the way, his head goes 360 all the way around. His jacket is like this soft plastic, I didn't even complete that last thought. But his jacket is this soft plastic, which is once again fantastic, because you have a lot of DC characters that have that hard plastic cape, hard plastic jacket, which can hinder the action of the figure, which in my opinion is a bad thing. I think that they, with DC, with this new 52 character, I think that they went above and beyond with just the jacket, you know, just the jacket. And it's not connected to the arm, it's actually just a single piece that just goes over the figure here, and the arms are independent. As far as like the detail goes, he has a scarf here that can go around. You can move it in various different ways to make it seem like the wind's blowing, or you know, whatever it is that you want to do with it. But he also has his boomerangs there, which is just great. Looks great. There's creases in his shirt. Boomerangs here. Belt. Paint looks good. All the paint applications look great. I can't say enough good things about this guy. This is one of my favorite New 52 guys that I have. He's one of my favorite figures in general. I don't take very many pictures of him, but I still enjoy him quite a bit. One of my favorites. But for me, when I do toy photography, it's all situational. You know, I don't just do a hodgepodge of characters in a picture. To me, it has to make sense. There has to be some psychology, like wrestling. He's got the collar here. All of the paint applications look really, really good. I'm just, you know, just going over and just reiterating. As far as his face sculpt, he has. Oh, let's mess that up. As far as his face sculpt goes, this probably will not focus. Let me pull back a little bit. As far as his face sculpt goes, he has this very smarmy, rat-like look to his face. There's also some red right up underneath his eye. His eye is also colored. The pupil is colored. Just there's a differentiation between his lip and the rest of his skin. Just the sideburns, the red hair. This guy is Captain Boomerang. He's a perfect representation of what Captain Boomerang is supposed to look like. And he also comes with an accessory. His boomerang. He only comes with one. Which is fine, because, you know, he only needs one because he only has one hand that can carry it. So, you know, you just slide it in just like that and it should stay. And you get, you know, you can get a lot of good poses of him about to throw, he's ready to throw, he's pulling back to throw. Or even, you know, if you want to get creative, you can even do a picture where he's actually catching it. I like this guy very much. I can't say that enough. If you are a Flash fan, I would highly recommend that you pick this guy up. He's a great figure. The only way that I wouldn't recommend this guy is if you know nothing about this character, you're not a fan of DC enough to really know the ins and outs and who this guy is. But if you are, and you know anything about DC, if you've ever heard of this guy, I highly recommend you pick up this figure. He's well worth it. And if you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, follow the slipstream.